So Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Made hard work of that in the end. Starting 11 was all over the place, sideways and wonky. But we got the job done. 2 moments of magic, really, from Martinelli and Saka. And then kind of, I wouldn't say hanging on at the end, but it was a little bit sticky. And it could have gone either way. Make sure you sub to Southern Guna. Links in the description. And Matty, appreciate you coming on the watch along, man. What did you make of that?
Hoping won't get it done this year. Hoping will not get it done this year. What I took away from that was the exact same thing I saw at the end of the season. Looks like a team that's disjointed, a team that's confused. It's the first game of the season. This is the very first game of the season. What do we see? We saw a team that goes up, looks good, can't have, just it falls apart. Start struggling. 2-1. Could have been 2-2. Had a better strike on the pitch for Forest. We're talking about a whole different ball game. If Steve Cooper would have started with that team at the second half of the game, the first half, we're having a completely different discussion. The lineup today, Lee, was out of order. We talked about it in the watch along. I mean, what was Arteta doing? What is he trying to prove? You go with the best 11. You go with the best 11. Yeah, sure. Nketiah scored. That's cool. But when we get this 7, 8, 19 games running, you want to go with the best available options out of the gate. Play players where their strong suit is. Thomas Partey, right back. Right back. Guess what, people? That's what we saw at the end of last season. The last game, Thomas Partey was playing right back. Why are we doing this? Why is he doing this? First game of the season. Havertz, I've heard all summer. He's gonna get a tune out of him. He's gonna bring him into fruition. He's gonna show people.
He was misunderstood.
He was misunderstood, yeah. Chelsea was not a positive team. Leverkusen, Havertz is here. And I'm here to tell you, Patrick Vieira could beat this man in a bar fight. This is one of the weakest players I have seen in quite a while. I mean, and you've got options on the bench. He stayed on 97 minutes. 97 minutes of total football from Kai Havertz. Let me tell you, if Julian Timber is out for any extended period of time, we're in trouble. Because when he left, everything, it was crazy how it was in order, and then it just went straight sideways after he went off the pitch, Lee. It was absolutely crazy. And last but not least on my list, I wrote a list. I got to sitting here while we was watching the game. I was putting some stuff down here. Trossard has to start. Yep. And if he doesn't start, we need a striker. God, no. Lee, we watched it at that last counter attack. There was 5 players on 3. We walked away with nothing. 5 on 3, walk away with nothing. Not even a shot on goal.
Yep.
Not even a shot on goal. And people,
why do you think he dropped? I've asked everyone this on fan cams here. Why do you think he dropped Gabriel Magalhaes?
The only thing I can think of, Lee, is maybe some apparent injury, something we don't know about happened. Maybe it was a knock that he took in training this week. Because other than that, I don't see the sense in it. I just don't see it. I don't see why would you go away with that. I mean, that was Saliba and Gabriel is his tried and true pairing. That's his tried and true. That's his bread and butter. So for him to make that change, something had to have happened. And I just hope it's a case of maybe he picked up a knock. But I hope this isn't something that we're going to see on a weekly occurrence. And I'm sorry, people. I know people are going to say I'm piling on, but for $65 million, I expect a better output than what I saw today from Kai Havertz. For $65 million, he has to be game changing. There was nothing game changing about Kai Havertz today at all. It was game altering for the other way, but it wasn't game altering for us. And we cannot go through this season hoping and praying on the back of Saka and Martinelli to bail us out and Nketiah with a goal every 8 games. That's just not. It's just we've seen this play out before, y'all. We've seen this play out before. Games are going to be coming quick, fast, in a hurry. The next game is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. We're going to Palace. I think we're going to Palace, and if we are, it's definitely tricky going over there at Selhurst Park. And then after that, we're going to start getting ready because then we're going to get into the meat of the schedule out of the gate. Man
Well,
United is
we've got Palace, then Fulham,
then Man United. Yeah. So we've got, I don't know who won the Fulham game today, but you've got
Palace beat Sheffield United. Brighton won 3-1 against Luton. These games are still, they're about to finish. Fulham are 1-0 up against Everton, 96th minute.
Yep. So, I mean, these are tricky games. People will say, well, on paper, we should beat them, but yeah, I mean, look at today.
Yeah.
I mean, look at today. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we've got going on. And we've got to tighten it up. We've got to tighten it up, Lee. And it's sad that we have to have the discussion the very first game, brother. It's just like we left off from last year. And people just going to have to face the fact that right now we are not where we need to be going into the season. 3 points is it's great, it's cool. But let's remember, we had 3 points for an extended period of time through last season. What I wanted to see this year was more conviction in our play, and I did not see that today.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of waffling during this preseason, during the off season, about but this is the best time to experiment, bro. My man was experimenting today. Thomas Partey right back, Saliba left centre back, Ben White right centre back. Yeah. Look at when they got clean through with Johnson. Saliba didn't have a clue he was there. Why? Because he's not a left centre back.
Bingo.
Yeah. Didn't have a clue. Timber gets injured. Yeah. Declan Rice playing the DM role. Cool. Fantastic. We want to see you in the CM role.
Yeah.
With Thomas Partey in the DM role. Yeah. Havertz, what did you do? Apart from just walk around looking lost, eating Skittles, getting barged over, falling over. Like, for me, man. Listen, big up to Saka, because a lot of his corners and crosses today were woeful. But that one moment of magic, bang, back of the net. And that is what you have with Saka. Same with Martinelli. That one moment of magic, bro, that is one of the assists of the season, period, for the whole season. Yeah, and it's on the first weekend. Yeah, that was insane. And if he didn't do that, Eddie don't score, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah. If
not many players would have been able to do that, to get the ball through to him. Great finish. I say great finish, it deflected, but in terms of dropping the shoulder, having the conviction to strike it, hit it clean, fair play to Eddie. But other than that, you said in the watch along, just watch Eddie. We watched him for 5-6 minutes straight.
Yeah. No
movement, no running, just jogging around in a circle. Yeah, bro, we're in big trouble this season. I can't lie.
Lee, let's go take a step back. Let's go to the very first opportunity that Forrest had. If that's the gentleman that came on in the second half, he scores that. We're having a different discussion. We're back at the panic stations. That is the fine line this season that we're walking. We're walking a tightrope this season. We're walking a tightrope. And I want people to understand that we really don't have room for error this season. That should be the main thing coming away from most Arsenal fans. We don't have room for error. If we're supposed to be competing with City this year, we don't have room for error. They did not give up a goal. They were in 8th gear yesterday, and here we are. We're up 2-0. And Lee, how many times did we have the discussion last year where we're up in these games? We're crying out. If anybody watched the watch along saw, we were crying out for a third goal. We need 3 goals. We need 3 goals. We need 3 goals. We need some insurance. We need insurance. Arsenal always needs insurance. Always, on all facets of the football club, do we need insurance? People, I got chastised this summer. I said we needed somebody, another defender. Well, guess what happened today?
It's almost like we're ahead of everyone because we actually say what we think, man, rather than what we want people to think we think.
The hope strategy will not work this year. I'm telling you, the hope strategy will not work this year. It's not going to work. Arteta's going to have to stop with this tinkering crap too. Got to stop with it, man. Play what's good. Stop second guessing yourself, because that's all it is. He's bottom line. He's second guessing himself, trying to figure out how can he get an edge over on everybody else. Brother, just do what you do. You know what works. Everybody knows it. We've seen it. We saw it during the preseason. Now all of a sudden we show up with something different. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Go with the best 11. Palace is going to be a tough game. The next 3 games are going to be tough. That United game is going to be very, very tough. That's going to be a telling game.
Oh, 100%. Oh, listen, we done all right against Palace last time round. Yeah, but at the same, and they've got no Zaha now, so that's a bit weaker Palace. But at the same time, mate, these are tough games. Yeah, London derbies are not easy. I know we did very well in them last season. They're not easy, man. Yeah. Palace, Fulham, Man United, next 3. Not easy, man. Then we've got Tottenham coming up, Man City coming up. It's not going to be easy for us. No. We need to level up, mate.
No, we got to hit the ground running, and we got to not only hit the ground running, but like I said in the watch along, we've got to be consistent. There has to be a level of consistency this year and level headedness. And I'm seeing people already, dismissing. Oh man, let's just enjoy the 3 points. We've got it, no problem. And this is the same thing that doomed a lot of fans and a lot of people last season. The reality, the facts are the facts. I'm seeing the same thing that I saw towards the end of last season. And we're starting this season looking the same way. And as you put it, you and Ola put it, we look like he did when he first got here. We're still trying to figure out what's the best 11. We know what the best 11 is. We've seen it. It's right there in front of you. But for some weird reason, Arteta wants to get out here and wants to try to wants to go into prove it mode. And I'm going to prove to people I can do what I want to do. And I'm telling you, that's a dangerous game to play. Because if that team he played today was so successful, why did he not play it last week in the Community Shield?
Exactly. Yeah. And why won't he play it next week? I know Timber's probably injured now, but he won't play it again next week. And on that bombshell, we are going to wrap this up. Matty, love always. I know you got up super early as well in America, man. Yeah, I know it was an early start. And then half an hour. We could have had half an hour extra in bed.
Yeah, this sleep this afternoon is going to be on biblical proportions, man. This is going to be.
Bro, as much as I'd love to, I've still got player ratings. And I want to watch the Villa game. I want to watch Harry Kane win a trophy. And AJ's fighting, man. So I ain't going to sleep for probably about another 7 hours, by which time it'll be about 1 a.m.
Yeah,
which is perfect. But I don't know how I've plowed through. The alcohol's probably numbed the pain. But no, love always, man. Make sure you sub to Southern Gooner, people. Link in description. We're out. Later.